The Federal Reserve is there to protect our currency, thereby keeping prices stable and allowing us to have full employment. In 2001, in order to jumpstart us out of a recession, the Fed lowered the federal funds rate to 1% and did not begin to reverse course until 2004, and even then in only very modest increments. Economists debate whether or not you can or should use interest rates to stop speculative bubbles from growing. Now, during an economic downturn, reducing interest rates is pretty much standard operating procedure for the Fed. The idea being that if you lower borrowing costs, you can increase spending by households and businesses and get yourself out of a recession. Now, you can also increase speculation. Problem is, you can't always determine the difference between rises in asset prices caused by speculation versus one caused by a legitimately strong economy. Alan Greenspan recently defended his actions by saying that, look, mortgage rates had more to do with a global savings surplus than the federal funds rate. And furthermore, if the Fed had acted aggressively to restrict subprime lending, Congress would have hammered him, because Congress saw subprime lending to people with poor credit histories as a form of social justice. Now, of course, both sides are right. I mean, there was speculation, but there was a strong economy. And I can't say I completely buy Greenspan's "Congress made me do it" excuse. The guy's got an incredible reputation for independence, and I think if Congress had tried to hammer him, Greenspan would have told him to jump in a lake. But if he had told him to jump in a lake, would that have stopped Fannie and Freddie? Would that have stopped the housing boom? Probably not. Everybody, not just Congress, wanted a housing boom. Main Street, Wall Street, the housing lobby, and community activists. If the Fed had raised interest rates by a little, it wouldn't have stopped the housing boom. If they had raised them by a lot, we would have had a recession. Next up, the aforementioned global savings glut.